Greetings, it's Pytex, and today we're going to take a look at an EP Smite left mouse Electro Force Staff build. So you may have seen some crazy Smite builds coming up with the recent update, and those are great, but they lack a bit of a ranged oof, so to speak. You may also have some really fun left mouse click builds, but if you play with those, you kind of quickly realize they lack a bit against the Horde. So this build combines the best of both worlds to create this kind of all-around build that is actually quite disgusting. I am expecting this to get heavily nerfed soon, so enjoy while it lasts. So for the stat distribution, you want to have low warp resist and high everything else. This is because your left mouse cast on low warp resist is something like 4.2% peril, and then if you would have high warp resist, it would be 4.78 or something, so there's not a huge difference between low and high, so max everything else. Perk wise, we're gonna go with Carapace and Crit Chance. Carapace because we are already shredding through Flak and Maniac enemies fast enough with the left mouse button, and that extra Carapace damage allows us to dispatch crushers effectively from ranged. So what you do is you cast 4 left mouse clicks and then you cast 2 fully charged right mouse buttons and the crusher will be dead. Blessing wise, you want to have Surge and Warp Nexus. For obvious reasons, Surge gives you double casts, Warp Nexus makes your crit chance with the Electro Force Staff to be around 50% if you're hanging around 50% or more peril. So yeah, half of the time you're gonna get double casts, which is really huge. For the melee weapon, I 100% recommend a dueling sword, prefer one with the low cleave damage and high everything else. This is because you're not gonna use your dueling sword mainly for cleaving Horde, you're gonna use it for self-defense and one-on-one situations when you have to. Perk wise, we're gonna reflect that, so we have Maniacs for mutants that are close to get poked in the head, and then Unyielding for those monstrosity moments where you, for example, need to tank a Plague Ogre so you can smack it down while you're at it a bit faster. Blessing wise, you can either pick Agile or Uncanny Strikes, depending on your preference, and then for the other blessing you want to have Shred or Riposte, depending on your preference. I prefer Shred because Riposte requires an enemy to actually attack you and not get staggered and interrupted for the animation. So if you're playing, for example, with an Ogre who just staggers everything so fast, you're not gonna get the riposte off. I'm choosing Agile here because we cannot afford kinetic deflection with this build, so we're gonna pick up a bit more defense. This allows you to safely dodge a Horde or along the edge of a Horde to reposition yourself if you need. Curio wise, 1 stamina to max health. I don't stack toughness because we are gonna use Empiric Resolve. Notice that we are gonna use toughness regen speed on all of them. I know some of you hate it, but it really makes a huge difference with this build for your toughness regen. The build itself goes as follows. We have Metal and Perfect Timing, for obvious reasons. More toughness, more movement speed, more damage. We have Quietude so that we can access Battle Meditation for Smite, and then we have Perilous Combustion, which allows you to snowball off a mixed Horde. Smite with Lightning Storm, we're gonna run EP, so getting as much targets as fast as you can for that stun lock will be important. We are not gonna be able to afford Enfeeble, as you perhaps see with some dedicated Smite builds, but that's fine. The plus 10% is not that noticeable. Psykinetics Aura so that we can have faster ability cooldowns, and then we have Perilous Assault, which is really not noticeable at all. It gives you at maximum around 160 milliseconds faster swap to your range, so yeah, not a big deal. Empiric Shock, this is where kind of the bread and butter for your left mouse go for. Each of your left mouse button clicks, including your search box, will increase the warp damage taken by your victims by 6% for 10 seconds. So at maximum this is 30%, and that's all warp damage they take. So that includes Soul Blaze, includes your stuff right mouse button. We are not gonna pick Channeled Force because we are short on handle points, and this requires you to fully charge your right mouse button. We're only going to fully charge the right mouse button against monstrosities, bulwarks and crushers. Everything else, if you have to do your right mouse button to quickly control them, we're just gonna use a minimum charge because our left mouse button is where the damage comes from. For example, mutants, they often require you to cast 2 right mouse buttons. You can do 2 low to medium charges instead of 2 full ones, just to stop them from running. We're going to use Kinetic Presence. I would like to use Prescience, but again we're short on points. There are no flex points in this build. Everything has to be like it is here so that it works properly. We're going to go with Emphatic Evasion for the ranged fights with left mouse buttons, and then we're going to pick one with the Warp so that we can access Venting Shriek and Creeping Flames, which gives us area, stagger, control and damage. Everything we need. Solidity, increasing the quell speed by 30%, allowing us to quell a bit more before we're gonna do that big smite. Empiric Resolve, now I am pretty confident this will get nerfed next patch. This is quite huge, minus 40% peril gen, that's more than a fully stacked Inner Tranquility. So yeah, just for 1 point in here. So this is what makes your left mouse button and Smite with EP go absolutely bonkers. Warp Rider for more damage, and then Empowered Psionics with the right side so that we can get guaranteed souls on elite kills, and then we can stack up to 3 of them so that we can also use Smite to fish out some Boxbusters from the Horde and preemptively end the Smite if we need to deal with a ranged unit instead. So for the techs, let's first go through the... So why we don't go with flak or any of those kind of boosts is just because the damage on this is already huge. Like, you don't need to boost this anymore, especially against ranged chaff. You can just one kill them on headshot, and then, you know, even if you don't kill them, if you hit them or hit near them, it will stagger them and they will take cover. Same goes for the gunners. Reapers as well. Just click them and they will take into cover and stop firing. Reapers are a bit oddball. If they offer you this Carapace Shoulder, it takes a lot longer time to kill them than if you get this side instead. Because this side you can just strew through. Mutants, if they're charging, you can just left mouse button to head. If you happen to land their headshots, they will go down fast. Rangers will get staggered. Specialists will get killed. All that kind of jazz. So the only enemies that kind of cannot be dealt with left mouse button are these two, Crushers and Bulwarks. For Crushers, you want to, you know, get up to speed a bit, some peril, some perfect timing. 4 times left mouse button into 2 times right mouse button will do the job. For Bulwarks, same thing, but you have to do 3 right mouse button casts. 4 times left mouse, the 1, 2 and 3. Sometimes they are left with a shiver of HP, sometimes you get to kill straight away. So if you don't kill them, then just follow up immediately with the left mouse button. So notice you can debuff them through the shield. And the reason I do 4 instead of 5 is that we are relying on that surge proc at some point. With 50% crit chance, you have around 93-94% chance to get fully charged debuff on the enemy with just 4 strikes. I don't use 3 because if you are low on stacks and you do 3 on Crushers and you maybe not get as lucky with the crits, you might not get the 2-shot with the right mouse button. Here I got it, but sometimes you don't, so yeah, I just like to use 4. Against monstrosities, your left mouse button does really poor damage against Unyielding, even if you go with the Unyielding perk. So just use 4, and then do right mouse buttons, and then whenever you have to quell, you hit them once to refresh the debuff. So the debuff lasts for 10 seconds, and the whole duration for all stacks refresh on any application. So just once per having to quell left mouse button to monstrosity, and you can just continue with the right mouse buttons. If you're close enough, of course you can melee, but it's a bit safer to deal with the stuff. And it's not like the worst monstrosity DPS in the game. It's not the best, but it's acceptable. This is a very do-it-all build. But even then, your first priority during monstrosity fights is to control the horde with your smite and deal with the specialists and so on, because your your Ogryns, veterans, zealots, they do more monstrosity damage than you do, so it's better to let them have damage it. I'm just gonna use already quick play here to quickly go into a mission. Let's see what we get. High intense throne side. Alright, let's go. So notice there is another Surge Staff user here, but they're gonna go with Rain Raptors.
It's becoming rather clear the Mobians are getting help from within Tertium. Heresy always spreads.
Which is a bit silly, to be honest, because you do have a range attack, but everyone is free to do as they want.
Actionable intel
good thing to note about the dueling sword is that the special attack is really good against ragers that pressure you. You can create more space by just holding the block and then special attacking out of the block whenever they have landed a strike on you. It's really safe. Then just dodge back and then, for example, smite. Use your surge staff, left mouse clicks or whatever. Or poke them with the dueling sword, of course, that also works. For sprinting you wanna do these heavy stabs while holding sprint and then just slide at the end so that you can get more, propel yourself forward, you know, get more speed forward without losing your stamina. So you have stamina for blocking. There is no kinetic deflection with this build. So here we can just engage on the range, we're gonna suppress them and then we're gonna dodge the incoming fire as well. We have a lot more stuff going on behind, so we're just gonna get the smite in here, using the dodges to reposition. Things died pretty much, so we can just continue to clean up with the left mouse buttons and push forward. So you see the suppression is real. Bulwark there. Alright, we got rid of that. Another bulwark. 4 times with the left mouse buttons and then just continue with the right mouse buttons, and you know, if your team is with you, then you probably don't even have time to cast off the right mouse button. If you have something like Ogre or Zealot just diving on them, you can obviously just skip and go directly for low charge right mouse buttons to open them up. So we can just, you know, venture out here. Some enemies around. I'm gonna use creeping flames, so I'm just gonna not care that I don't have so low peril to smite with. We're just gonna consume a quick stack there. We'll go with left clicks here. Suppress those. A bit too aggro, I guess, but there goes the mutant. Here comes the horde. And there goes the horde. Just like that. This is absolutely disgusting, this build. Obviously works in Auric Maelstroms as well. It's the smite here behind. Get around. Ready for creeping flames. Not the huge one, but not the worst one. There we go. Click time. Get suppressed, get suppressed. Oh, flames, flames. I want to stop that. Stop that as well. No, trapper next to me. Sneaky one. If they're hiding behind cover, you can also just right mouse button a lone one. But you first wanna, like, if there's a group of them, you first wanna suppress them, so just throw bolts around. Doesn't even matter if you hit them. Of course, bonus points for hitting, but it stops the range pressure. This is like the best anti-range option for Psykers at the moment, the surge staff left mouse button. It's absolutely bonkers. Good damage and just crazy suppression and infinite ammo. Like, can it get any better? Maybe if it would home like a sales, but yeah. Box burster somewhere. Orange bolts flying for the crates. Or is it just the effect? It might be just the lightning here. Gotta get ready to smite. Alright, we should just dodge forward, reset the dodges, and continue dodging. Make sure the team gets out, there we go. You can be a bit more liberate when you have 3 EP charges. Next one we need a big smite so that we can regen some stacks. Unless we happen to get lucky with the left mouse clicks here. There's no need to smite yet. There we got some stacks. Now we can smite here. Room full of elites. Gonna be careful for the mutant. Something behind me. So you wanna use your dodges when you're moving in quick succession, so that you can then just reset them. That way you can get forward a lot better. Don't use slides if you're just repositioning, because they will consume an extra stack without really moving you that much further while you're smiting. Box Basta behind. There we go. Gonna deal with that. If we can. I guess we're just gonna smite here. Smite surfing. Gonna let go and quell here. And smiting again here so that the team can escape. Just holding them so that we can press the button. So with this build you don't really want to be the person doing the objectives, but you want to stand next to the person doing the objectives. Oh no, I wasted a stack there with the left mouse button. Whatever. Because yeah, you can just lock down an entire room, so there's no point of you being the one who interacts with stuff. Rather, you should be protecting the one that does it. Let's push forward a bit. Kill the shotgunners. I think this is already debuffed. So yeah, you don't really left click for crushers to deal damage, but you debuff them for the right mouse button. Fox Buster behind. Now. Sneaky one. So here the toughness regen from the coherency is really good. Like yeah, it stops if you have enemies close by, but like how often do you have enemies nearby with this? Who went down? Oh, we gotta regroup with the team. There's a horde coming. This room is good to hold. That space is not that good. Alright, here the horde comes. Now, we gotta suppress that. I hate it when it doesn't swap into your range option even though you try to press it. Is it here? Oh no, it's there. Gotta be careful not to blow it up on our team. Okay, we're good. Is the mutant coming? Oh, hello. There we go. No, you don't snipe me. From that close. So here we can just suppress this off, like look at these guys, they're just covering, you can just freely walk in. Like, absolutely disgusting. Reaper, to suppress them all, and then kill them. King of the corridor. It's a bit like playing a Void Strike, but just like with the machine gun mode instead of like slowly firing cannon. And then of course you have the I can't aim mode. But that's not what this build is about. You want to use flurry for that if you're really into that. Get suppressed. Now there's a lot of gunners here, so I'm just gonna use Creeping Flames to do some damage and continue with the suppression. Because this kills them faster than me just smiting. Can't reach everyone from here. So I can just do this. And look at them go. And that's how you range fight with this build. But that's like the only thing Smite cannot handle well. So with this build you can, you know, clear well even in that situation. That battle meditation getting some value here. Now the Smite. Should have quelled a bit more. This is not gonna be enough. Tox Flamer on my side. That's a monstrosity, isn't it? It's not? I thought I heard one.
Fanatic, I found ammunition.
I thought I heard one, but I guess not. There's run and gun for you. There's the monstrosity. Alright, I can't block this now because I don't have kinetic deflection. Alright, it's already debuffed. Oh, it's going for me. Ow. Alright, so let's just apply it. There we go. It's applied, so we can just go with this. Touch it once, and then continue with the right mouse buttons. It's gonna do decent damage. So there was no horde there at the same time. If there was a horde, I would have just smited instead to control the horde. He was knocked down, so just bash the head. Debuff. Oh, did you get the full debuff, I guess? There we go. Robots we go. More crushers. We're gonna take a step back here. We want the team to help out. We're just gonna smite these for the team. Because why not? Alright. Time to clean up. Can't feel that more. Draping Flames coming up, so I'll just go for the other smite here. Oh, that's getting bitten by a dog. Smite time. So there you can see, like, you can get overwhelmed. Yeah, you can boost your left mouse damage even more, but you will still get overwhelmed at times. Which is why the smite is there in your pocket. Two really strong tools by their own, and even better when combined. Oh, I couldn't catch him. There we go. There's the team there. Okay, good. Flamer.
I never knew a dream could smell so bad or sound so loud.
2 and 3 dead. Next down there. And finish off. And this is why I don't like the full charge thingy, because 5 seconds is not that long of a time, and you lose a lot of DPS by doing the full charge. Okay, let's just smite here. They're so in your face here. Yeah, like that. And now we can damage because they're on the bridge. Pew pew. That battle meditation doing some work as well. We have a horde incoming, we gotta regroup with the team. Because we're gonna hold off with Smite if we need. Yeah, let's Smite here. Stuff coming from behind as well. Alright, they're dealing with the sniper. If we didn't have a vet to deal with the sniper, I would have dropped my Smite there to deal with it with Surge, or I mean the 4 Electro staff, leftmost button. Let's go for another one. Absolutely disgusting. Huh? Something's behind me? Oh. Pardon me. Thought I heard an attack behind me. He slipped past me. Someone's using the shock maul. The scoreboard has not been updated to the shock maul yet. That's why the error message is on the left. Okay, we're just gonna Smite here. So many elites. Free hit time. And we're gonna extend the free hit time. Like so. Talk about trivializing the game. Many elites coming in, so we're just gonna Smite and do it all again. Reposition here. Alright, gas, so we gotta run out. Is that a demon house somewhere? We gotta be careful. Yeah, there's a demon host, so maybe not Smite in that room. If we gotta Smite, we gotta pull back. Let's suppress these guys here on the back. That's the Crusher. Nope. Alright, we gotta Smite here. I don't want to deal with the demon host. You cannot tank the demon host with this build because you don't have any kinetic deflection. Well, I mean, I guess you can with the dueling sword just kind of dance around an object, but you require the terrain to be specific, so it's not a guaranteed. Let's suppress this guy. Gotta be careful with the demon host. Don't want to anger that. Yeah, we just gotta run past these guys. So here, just, you know, sprint sliding. Just keep him. Let's just push this one.
We were well together. I'm gonna miss you when a heretic puts your lights out.
Such a sentimental heart you are.
Ow. Just gonna spam here. Creeping flames as well to help out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's dead. And the suppression is real. Oh, heals team. Heals teams are nice. Oh, the dog arrived. Poor guy. Lost his head.
She's very strict.
Stun this guy.
Don't worry, it's dead.
Hold it a bit and then smite for the box buster. Some extra damage there. Alright, smite again. Enough of enemies to trigger battle meditation, I think. Yeah, some. Oh, we got suppress here. See, all those are suppressed. And let's go. The evasion working as well there. Like, don't panic if you get jumped on by range or, you know, get caught like I did there. Just spam around, not just a single enemy, just around like this. So that you can suppress the whole area. Be careful here not to ledge myself. Alright, so here we should focus on controlling the space, letting the allies scan because of the mighty smite.
Upload your data to the servo skull.
Another wave. Trapper. It's important to interrupt those because they can really kill a run, especially on maelstroms. All the disablers are like... The disablers are even more dangerous than most oddities, if you ask me. One button to clear the room. Very, very hard gameplay right here.
Return to the servo skull.
Immeasurable skill. Reposition again. We need to let go before doing another. Oh, I got it. Sometimes it's a bit harder to hit faraway targets because of the travel time. But that is purely a skill issue. Should have let go, I guess. There's not that many enemies there. Another smite. This is kind of quite relaxing because the build is so strong you don't even need to try. We can extend, but I don't think we're gonna here.
You've uncovered plenty of leads.
Let's go. Oh, that. Anyway, okay, all good. That was an unfortunate one. Alright, there's gonna be a horde here, so we can just prepare the smite. And then just skate through. Preemptive creeping flames here. Oh, I failed. Try to interrupt them before they interrupt me. And then just spam it. Finish it off. And that's how you play the EP Smite leftmost Electro Staff build. Let's see how we did. Yeah, as expected. It is crazy damage. It's also like decent damage against monstrosities, not the top of the class, but you tend to keep up with other people quite well. Alright, thank you for watching.